Welcome to Lucy Got Problems. Before you ask, no, I'm not back. At least not completely. I just thought while I'm on a break I can check out short demos like this one. And I chose this one in particular because the developers are such nice people. So I thought, why don't I just promote this a bit at least. It's a Yuri game, so if you're not into girls love games, please do stop away. But I thought, why not test it out? I don't know, I play these kinds of games normally in my free time and not during recording, but I do want to promote something like this, and let's just get into this. It's about 30 minutes long, so I won't cut it in parts. So yeah, let's get into this. It might be a longer part, but yeah. I wonder, what are they like? Glossy black satin, like mysterious shroud of the night, a sweet promise of forbidden dreams, made of white lace to frame the precious radiance and delicacy of her skin. Maybe they are red, the color of blood, passion, and wild rivers of the nether realm. Lots of whirlpools, rapids, and waterfalls all along the way. And of course a red-hot magma instead of water. Sometimes it seems like the same molten rock flows in my mistress's veins. On the outside she stays cold and aloof almost in every situation. But she can't fool me. I am an expert in feelings. I even have a diploma. Probably. Maybe? I'm not really sure. When was the last time I've seen it? Whatever. Even without that stupid diploma, I know best how common it is for calm waters to hide turbulent undercurrents. It means that red lingerie would suit my mistress's temper perfectly. Of course, there's a myriad of colors in the world and a tiny bit lesser number of styles, but some kinds of panties just don't fit High Priestess Tiamat's look. Striped panties, for example, seem very nice as they are. Noticing them when the wind rises the hem of someone's light skirt is almost like seeing a shooting star. In moments like this, I always make a wish. Most of them are wishes for the striped pants. The panties. Yes, I absolutely can't imagine absent-minded silly stripes appearing under Tiamat's priestly garments. This pattern might as well say, "Hi there, I'm a girl next door. Care for an ice cream tonight?" There are no houses and ice cream in the netherworld, but I've travelled other dimensions long enough to know something about this kind of girls. And about houses. And about ice cream. My favorite one is sundae with soft caramel and pecan nuts. But you spoon in your mouth and you feel as if fairies start singing behind your cheek. Delicious! I've even tried to smuggle it to the lower levels of the netherworld, but due to infernal flames it immediately melts, boils, and evaporates. Sometimes the box catches fire first, and I'm left with sticky palms and woeful thoughts. Laced panties, on the other hand, indicate delicate, poetic spirit. Maybe even a mysterious one. Why do some panties have strings on their back? Oh, it's impossible to explain. One can only feel it. Of course, it's hard to suspect High Priestess Tiamat being fond of poetry or the like, exactly like it's hard to expect lace under one's garment. weightless weaves of 1,000 intricate loops. Lace are like mystic roads that reveal themselves only to the chosen, like an invitation into a magical realm. Oh, and what if her panties are frilled and on top of that pink? Oh, too cute! Wait. I must not forget that I'm on a mission here. If I keep on thinking about such things, I'll find out that Tiamat's wrath looks like and not her panties. But to be honest, what chances do I have to see them even if I become the best of the best? Tiamat is still a priestess of a very high rank, one of the elite. A realm noble demon. It's unlikely that a common succubus like me would gain her attention. Besides, Tiamat has her own harem, where everyone dreams to become her favorite and is literally ready to kill for it. It turns out to be a damn long and dangerous waiting line. Taking this into account, I'm only left with my dreams. So why can't I have some fun? What harm could mere fantasies do? You've fantasized enough about her panties. Let's concentrate on the mission. On the other hand, I can fantasize of Tiamat at any time, but I need to do her assignment right now. At least the decan said so. Just to imagine that out of all the servants of darkness, the wisest priestess had chosen no other than myself to carry out this mission. At least it means that she knows about my existence. Maybe she can even believe in me. She even believes in me, I'm sorry. A good job should be rewarded, right? Maybe my chances are better than I think. Pull yourselves together, Lucy. What do I really know about my mission? I started thinking so intensely that sharp points of my ears started trembling, yet I couldn't remember a thing. Either this quest is so secret that I hadn't been told anything, or I had been mesmerized by that butterfly and missed the briefing. But it's not my fault. These creatures are huge here, and also impossibly bright and sparkling. Anyone get distracted. Besides, I have that thing, what was it? Attention deficiency and hyperactivity disorder. Yeah. Well, at least there's something I remember. I was diagnosed with it by one doctor girl from the human world. Oh, and then we've spent a great time right on a medical table. What precious time it was. There could be a third possibility, though. What if our deaconess had remembered that cactus incident and decided to have her revenge by holding back all the mission-critical intel? Nah, it would have been too nasty even for a demon of vengeance. We still have our mutual goal of conquering the world after all. Serving in the legions of darkness, we must hold its interests before menial grudges. Besides, it's not good to make hasty judgments about a person, even if they're a demon of vengeance. Finally, what evidence do I have that the vengeful bitchy deaconess is responsible for all my troubles? But still, just theoretically, because of some stupid cactus, you can't take cacti for personal insults. I just wanted something to lighten up the daily routine. How would I have known she would sit on it? Seriously. How absent-minded should you be not to notice a cactus on your own chair? Even my ADHD wouldn't fall for such a simple trap. I remembered the doctor girl inside with all the grief I could muster. I miss my internship in the human world so much. There was ice cream sundae and no stupid trees. What? In the human world there should be trees, seriously. But okay. Well, maybe there were some, but they didn't attack me all of a sudden. And there definitely were no elves, although I haven't seen a single elf yet too, despite wandering around the forest for an hour. I should probably find one or two for thorough questioning. They, of all people, would know what the heaven was what the heaven it was I was sent here for, I guess would be correct. Not sure. What the heaven was I was sent here for, that doesn't make sense. They probably have a camp somewhere nearby, or a sacred oak, or some other sacred thing. For example... Yeah, I slapped myself on the forehead. The Orb of Fate! That's it! I have no idea what that thing is, but I've been definitely sent here to get it. That's much better. As one great scout used to say, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Now I just have to track the pointy ears. I wouldn't be surprised if they would have hidden the orb in some sacred tree hall. Yay? Let's think of elves. What do I know about them? I've racked my brain again, recollecting the unbelievably boring hours of theory briefing. The most interesting thing I could remember was a huge palm-sized yellow-orange stain on the ceiling. I was right. It was right above my desk, and besides, it had splash traces radiating from it like sun rays. I've been wondering what it was and where it came from till the end of the semester. I even made a bet with my classmates. Eventually, we both lost the bet, but life would be boring without risks. But if there was anything useful during the briefing, it must have sunk like a soggy paper ship in an endless sea of mind-numbing battles. Who in hell had a brilliant idea to make a demon of gloom a military instructor? My memories clumped into a huge nasty toffee, and I realized I'll sooner break my jaw than chew my way to any useful info. Thankfully, I had a backup plan. May the Lord of the Neverworld praise backup plans. I searched my pockets and solemnly retrieved a thick booklet. It's surprising how many pockets are concealed in my ceremonial spandex sneaking suit. Yeah, alright. I want to see those pockets. How? How even? But okay. Unfortunately, there wasn't even a squirrel around, so there was no one to stand witness to my resourcefulness, courage, and stoicism in face of various hardships. I was forced to drop my act and take a better look at the brochure. According to the title on the cover, I was holding a most complete abridged guide to elven lands in the almost upper world. Sexy. Well, it sounds pretty useful. I started flipping through pages looking for relevant data. It would better be there. Of course, I haven't even opened the guide before. Reading stupid guides about survival in unfamiliar worlds while I have so many important, urgent and pleasant things to do? Fat chance. What am I, a nerd? I won't waste my precious time to study day and night. Besides, you can't see the sun in the netherworld. How do you even know when the morning comes? Before you know it, you might spend your whole life studying. Ew. It gives me the creeps. So I had no idea what could be found in that booklet. Honestly speaking, I wasn't planning to take it with me. It just had conveniently turned up in the barracks. I don't even remember whose locker I swiped it from. It's like taking soap and towels from a hotel room. Everyone does it. Besides, I was pretty sure I had stumbled upon a book of lewd verses about children of light. Yes, I had let the half-naked elf lass on the cover deceive me. Who knew it would be a travel guide? And who would have known it might turn out more useful? I spent some more time staring at pictures of elven maidens. I have to study my mark in every tiny detail. Yet eventually I had to start reading. Firstly, the booklet informed me of why the place right above the nether realm was called an almost upper world. I twitched my ears impatiently. What's this? A book of conventional wisdom for residents of very remote and very secluded monasteries? Every greenhorn rookie in the Legions of Darkness knows the story. As the Age of Triumph dawned, when Legion had just conquered the Nether Realms and our scholar mages had not quite yet discerned the local cosmology, everything above the ground was called the upper world. Then it turned out that above the upper world there was another one inhabited by gods, angels, archangels, archangels, and other avian snobs with unnecessarily complex government structures. That's why this world was named the almost upper one, and the scholar mages were fed to astral squids. This episode is mentioned in the Dark Imperial Chronicles as the Great Reform of the Scientific Method. I have no idea what that even means, but it sounds impressive. New scholar mages were quickly hired via ads and an evening paper, so no one really missed the old ones. I don't know how many times I've heard this story told in various ways, especially the part about the astral squids. So far, this guide is not guiding me anywhere. They could as well write about banishment of dark elves from the Netherrealm. That's another story that every greenhorn rookie can retell with such pride, as if they have single-handedly dispersed a pointy-eared mop and armored panties. Personally, I'm cool with armored panties. They look exciting and have outstanding ventilation, but when it comes to serious skirmish, their defense is honestly lacking. Decent ventilation is also highly valued in the Legions of Darkness, but half of our kind has skins harder than stone, and the other half feels comfortable in hellish flames. Can't say the same about the Dark Elves, though. The Netherrealm is still on fire. Especially where an elf magical city with its stores of alchemist fire used to be. That was a great victory of the Legion. One day I'll settle down by a tower overlooking burning ruins of the old world. Maybe I'll even get a couple of pet fire elementals. I've looked through the guide looking for something more useful. Eventually, after 4 more pictures of elven maidens, I stumbled upon a table with a list of known facts about elves. Oh, not bad. Following the table, there was a test titled, "Will you meet the elves right where you stand?" Oh boy, this is even better. As if this guide was specifically tailored to my needs. I cleared my throat and started reading out loud. Even if I had an audience, it hid itself well. But there's no harm in a little rehearsal. Fact 1. The High Elves inhabit boreal and temperate forests. Well, this hodgepodge of trees is definitely called a forest, so it's check. According to the table, my chances of meeting elves were increased by 20%. Not bad. Fact 2. Elves can often be encountered in the deep thicket where they commune with nature. I inspected the landscape with suspicion. Thickets are not my specialization. Okay. Especially deep ones. Would I recognize a thicket if I found myself in one? This clearing, it doesn't look like a thicket. Nope. Thicket usually means something, thicker, I guess? Yep, that's right. But even so, I've managed to do a bit of communing with nature here. Alright. Not that any of the involved parties liked it, though. I went, remembering the squirrels. As far as I can tell, this is a very genuine thicket away from civilization and a chance to have a proper dinner. But my awesome scouting sense tells me it can be worse, so it's probably more no than a yes. I wonder if I could get bonus points for feeling bad enough even here. Fact 3. The elves adore frolicking in the moonlight. Oh wow, I watch that? For something like this, I can even tolerate a thicket. Maybe. If it's not for too long. Unfortunately, the table didn't say anything about the duration. Moonlight gave 15 additional points, but there still was golden sunlight pushing its way through a canopy of leaves above my head. And it didn't seem like it's gonna go anywhere in the near future. I'm screwed. I won't get to see frolicking elves in the next... How long is it till dusk? Fact 4. Elves can often be encountered around bodies of water where they cleanse themselves. Cleanse themselves? As in bathe? Oh, dark lords, who's composing those texts? The language used in the booklet seemed awfully familiar. I turned it around to find some info about the author. What? It can't be. Oh, yes it can. My theory instructor... What? No, I didn't want to skip that. My theory instructor was the one who had written this guide. I clearly remembered a disgusting smile he had, promising to use any means possible to shove knowledge into our heads, whether we wanted or not. Has he cursed the handouts? I cast a worried glance at the guide. The half-naked elf chicks were smiling exactly like the teacher. Stop stalking me, you heinous old imp. I barely overcame anger and desire to throw the guide as far into the bushes as possible. This'll be it. This time I actually need this blasted knowledge. I must get a hold of myself and at least finish the test. I'm strong. I can make it. Fact number 4 was my favorite one so far. Now I'm curious if elves can cleanse themselves and frolic in the moonlight at the same time. This kind of show I wouldn't want to miss no matter which air duct I'd have to crawl into to see it. Fact 5. Elves possess outstanding skills in camouflage, especially in overgrown terrain. They also excel in various martial arts and take no prisoners. I got. Honestly, the take no prisoners part made me worry. What do they do with prisoners then? Pickle them? Can't say I really like salt. It gives me a rash and I get all itchy. Salt circles are even worse. Try to stay away from them if possible. One could think I hate circles as a concept, but it's not like that. I regard all geometric shapes with equal respect. But if someone is mad enough to draw whatever with salt, alright, it's better to avoid them. Who knows what will come up in their head next? The part about martial arts was also unsettling. Of course I can defend myself if there's a sharp necessity, but would still prefer sharp necessities to immerse themselves further away from me, like other sharp items. So, fact 5 is either minus 15% chance to meet elves or plus 50, but you would not like it? Really makes you think. Looks like the facts are over. It's time to find my chances. Here we go. So it's 20 plus minus 5. What? Well, plus it. According to the test results, my chance of finding elves were either 0 or 100% with no option to evade the random encounter. So it's either we'll surely meet or absolutely definitely not. Okay, that wasn't too reassuring. What should I do now? My tail whacked from side to side several times. Alrighty, stupid test, you won the battle, but not the war. To the abyss with elves. To the abyss with tests. It's time to be a master of my own fate. You know what, you stupid piece of paper? My sign is Leo, the king of beasts and master of Savannah. Leos are lucky and determined, that's a fact. The evening newspaper won't lie. This blasted forest will hear me roar. I thoroughly crumpled the gouge and was about to throw it away, but decided that I was going too easy on it. Instead, I unwrapped the lump of paper that it turned into, and page by page turned my tormentor into a handful of colourful confetti. All hail the best scout in the Legion of Darkness. Confetti soared into the air like a kaleidoscope of exotic butterflies. I raised my hands towards them and spun in place for a second, turning into a bright tornado of multicolored spots. Phew! As soon as trees stopped prancing before my eyes, I swiped some pieces of colorful paper from my buns and intently marched somewhere. I had no idea where I would end up eventually. Well, I had no idea back then, and I'm still clueless right now, so why bother? This is what long-term stability looks like. I'll get somewhere. All you have to do to get somewhere is keep marching onwards, right? Besides, you can't dream of ladybirds and discern where you're going at the same time, can you? You can or you can't? You can't. Alright. I had to pick one thing, and when it comes to edible panties, the choice is obvious. As one great scout used to say, it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you take your metal with you and use condoms. Still, finding elves proved to be hard. But they may not really know where the Orb of Fate is. Let's critically observe this hypothesis. If elves would have any relation to this orb, it would have most likely been called an elven Orb of Fate, or an Orb of Elven Fate, or something really long and unpronounceable. Let's say I don't remember where I picked this word, but it's surely some elven name for self against hemorrhoids and some stuff like that. Well, the main idea is clear. I could chase elves day and night, only to find out that they don't know anything. Thankfully, my exceptional scouting skills kept me from this grave disappointment. Everything goes better than expected. I just need to look around more often, not to stumble into anything. The clearing was left far behind, or somewhere to the side. I wasn't very sure about it, but anywhere the scenery had noticeably changed, as much as it's possible for the forest There was still a lot of trees around, but these looked much older. At least the thick trunks and high crowns implied that these trees had been stuck here for a long time and managed to witness a lot. Surely they had seen elves. If these trees could talk, my task would have become much easier. Actually, I guess I hear about a group of mages that used to talk to trees. Probably the trees that told them something very disturbing though. As far as I remember, those mages were locked up in a rubber room and fed with mats. Nope. I guess it's good that I don't have power to communicate with trees. But there must be a really good view from up there. I raised my head, covering my eyes with a hand. Here the light was weaker than back at this clearing, but rays that managed to pass through the leaves were still bright. It seems that the day isn't going to end anytime soon. Maybe I should climb up and try to find out where I am. An idea to climb higher seemed promising. Like I have a choice. I don't see anything at all from down here, except for endless trunks and bushes. I had a hard time navigating in all this green stuff, but a good observation point could give me a couple of ideas. If there are any landmarks in this forest, it would make sense to examine them first. No one would stash an important item like the Orb of Fate under a rotten log, right? Besides, a couple of centuries would pass before I check every snack that exists in this forest. It's much quicker to explore abandoned towers of ancient mages and mysterious templates of the Forgotten Lords, although for more often than not they are choke-filled with spike traps. I wonder why those are called wolf pits. Wolf pits, I'm sorry. I believe unfortunate thieves get caught in those pits much more often than actual wolves. But that doesn't bother me. I'm a pro. Okay then, up we go. I circled around the closest tree looking for a handy branch that I could use. Sadly, lower part of the trunk turned out absolutely even, aside from small bumps on the bark. I tried to grab them, but the result was only an impressive collection of wood samples under my nails, covered with bonus sticky sap. I barely managed to get rid of this dark rim and sized a tree with an appraising glance, contemplating if I should give it a hearty kick. Guess I've heard somewhere the trees can feel everything, so let them feel my wrath. I already raised my foot to carry out the sentence, but then my attention got caught by another tree. More precisely, a surprisingly thick liana that tangled around its trunk and hung from the branches like a picturesque garland. I immediately forgot the crutches and stared at the finding with eyes wide open. Interesting. The liana's appearance instilled trust, but could I trust the first impression? Larger branches on this tree were growing pretty high. First had to reach a reliable foothold, and falling would have been painful if the liana eventually snaps. Maybe I should learn more. A good old branch will never let me down, nor give me up. But only if I find one hanging close enough to the ground, and it won't be too rotten. Let's pick the liana, I guess. Who doesn't take risks? Usually gets hurt less often, but I believe that liana will not give in. I'm sorry, I have to drink something. Alright. If you don't rely on luck from time to time and deny yourself small adventures, you can skip all the fun stuff, right? Yeah, I guess. Besides, I'm not obliged to risk aimlessly and act blindly. Nothing escapes my spying eyes, so there's nothing to worry about. What could possibly go wrong if I take a look around first? Right. I walked to the tree embraced by Liana. By Lianas, if you're supposed to pronounce that, I don't know. Very satisfied with myself. I wish my killjoy instructor would see me now. I'm a totally first-class scout, always vigilant, a step ahead of any threat. Blimey, this thing is a real giant, almost as thick as thick as my arm. I'm sorry. It started with almost, at least no mistakes that I picked up, and now they keep on showing up. And I know you can't really see all mistakes, and I make many mistakes when I write something down just like that, but some things you notice easily. But yes, this one is one that won't be noticed easily, but still as thick as my arm. I do not want to belittle the work that was put into this game, into this demo, so yeah, I'll just go on now. I can climb it with no effort at all. Oh wow! There was a vine shaped like a tree swing hanging from one of the branches. Maybe the elves have woven it? Guess it could count as one of the means of communing with nature. Or maybe it's a special swinging liana that forms swings as a natural feature. Whatever it is, without second thoughts, I plopped myself on a comfortable woven seat, touched the ground with my foot, and heartily pushed back. A bit of joy wouldn't hurt me right now. Hey! The world swung up and I almost reached the tree crown, stretching my legs to prolong the moment of flight. Awesome! Kaleidoscope of green hues spun in front of me, yellow-green leaves above my head, green-blue shadows of the forest, dark green grass under my feet. Again and again I raced up, only to rush down a moment later with a blissful scream. No matter how hard I swung, lianas didn't even squeak, as if I was lighter than a feather for them. Whee! Well, thanks for that panty shot. No, that's a full body suit, right? I knew there must be at least something nice in this forest. I reached the ground with my foot again to have a stronger swing, but suddenly I felt something grabbing my ankle. The grip was not very tight, but enough for me to start worrying. I quickly peeked downwards. Eliana? What? Before I could react, a tendril entangled my other leg and both wrists. Oh boy, here we go. I thought we were just friends. Leaves above me rustled, and I glanced up worriedly, expecting to see another rabbit squirrel. Instead, I saw thick stalks slowly slithering through the crown, but unlike a well-fed python. It stopped in front of my face, but a bit away, not to intrude my personal space. What well-mannered stalk it is! Might it be the boss here? That was something unexpected. Not that I didn't even hear about animated plans. Moreover, I had heard enough good things. Some of those tales was quite promising. Besides, it's just an oversized weed, and who knows what may come to its mind. Does it even have a mind at all? I looked at the boss stalk again. As if noticing my gaze, it wiggled from side to side. Maybe I should try to talk to it? I don't think I will be isolated from society for a tiny, whiny talk with the stalk. Also, how would anyone learn about it? I doubt my green friend here would spill the beans. On the other hand, the tendrils don't hold me too tight, and I'll easily be able to escape if I want. Do I want Liana sex? Do I want Liana sex? I don't know. Let's not go there yet. I don't want to edit. No! That's all, folks, for now. Wow, you've made it this far, only tracking a slip ahead, so you must better turn back and see if you missed something cool. Full version will be available in early 2018. Thank you for your time and see you soon. XOXOXO, Flat Chest FPS. Want to keep in touch? Have a question or feedback? Please do check them out. Flat Chest devs. They are really nice people. They sent me good vibes. I hope I gave you some good vibes, I don't know. And yeah, it was fun reading this, and I might try out the other options in my free time. On the other hand, if you have any suggestions for demos I should try out or, well, show you, please do comment them below, with link or without. Please give me the name if you do not post the link. And I'll see you when I find the next game that interests me, I guess. I still promise the developers of Lake of Voices, I believe the title was, to try out the demo, so I will do that. And yeah, for now I don't know when the next part will be up, so yeah, I should actually be studying right now, but I didn't want to, and I still don't want to. Yeah, this was my way to distract myself from that. I hope you don't mind that too much. And I'll go back into hiatus for now again. So, see you when I'm back.